Good morning, beloveds. I'm having an interesting morning, and I'm going to see, let me see. Let's see, where are they? So, oh, no. Okay. Both of those cats, the orange one and the gray one, are 17. And the orange one is a fairly angry little 6.5 pound ball of fury. And she doesn't tolerate anyone near her. But she's discovered the hot pad. And so she's been very much more reasonable lately. And she's letting Hayes's tail touch her without freaking out about it. So at any minute, there could be sounds. If there are, that's all it is. Just one little old lady getting mad at a little old man and for touching her. Okay, so. All right. All right. It is April 5th. We are in the Beyond Appearances. Our title is Celebrate Life. The first quote is, "Rejoice ye in the day and leap for joy." And that is Luke 6:23. And the quote from the Science of Mind, "We are to rejoice evermore." And that is from page 496. Would you ever imagine that losing a job could be a cause for celebration? Someone called me last week all upset. "I just lost my job," he said. "Congratulations," I said. "Let's celebrate." "What?" he responded. "I'm sure you didn't hear me. I said I just lost my job." "Congratulations," I repeated. "You never liked that job anyway, and now you have a great opportunity to find work you really like to do. Advertising." He still wasn't too thrilled with my response, but he agreed that every day he would picture himself doing just what he wanted to do. Yesterday, he called and ecstatically reported that a friend of his who has a very successful advertising agency had asked him to join the agency at a higher salary than he was making at his former job. "You are right," he said. "I really needed to celebrate losing my job." Indeed, we all need to celebrate. How many things happen to us each day that we should just let slip by without our joyously acknowledging them? How many events occur each day without our recognizing that God is at work here? We can celebrate the fact that we are working or that we are not working, that we have someone to love or that someone loves us, or that we have a bed to sleep in at night. We can celebrate our opportunities to change and to grow. And best of all we can celebrate, and best of all we can celebrate our right to choose. Maybe there are two alls in there. All right. And best of all, we can celebrate our right to choose. Congratulations to us. All right. Today, I celebrate life. I celebrate God. I celebrate myself. I know that divine intelligence rules my life. No matter what happens, I celebrate because I know God means it for my good. I celebrate you, God, for so many opportunities to celebrate. And this is written by RJ. So we'll look and see who RJ is in just a minute. I think I would hazard a guess that RJ is talking about the power of gratitude. Because when we celebrate, when we are grateful for anything at all, we find more reasons to be grateful. And the more reasons we find to be grateful, the better life is. It's like when you complain, life finds more things for you to complain about. And when you are grateful, then life finds more things for you to be grateful for. That losing a job is kind of an extreme example, except for the fact he pointed out that the job that he lost is not one he really liked. I've been there. I had a job. I wasn't happy. When she fired me, she said, "You're clearly not happy here. You need to go do something else." Now, that was her reason for her excuse for firing me, because another employee later called me and said, okay, this is why she really fired you, which is water under the bridge. It's neither here nor there. But she was right. I wasn't happy there. And it ended up with me moving, and then I ended up in another job that, and then I was really unhappy in that job. And so I treated for a new job. And in that case, my job, I didn't change jobs. I didn't, I didn't lose that job, but the people around me changed, and which brought in a whole new attitude and, work environment. And so therefore my job changed and I was happier. And it ended up landing me here doing what I do. And I love what I call my mortgage paying job. I love doing that. I'm good at that. And I love, I love the ministry. I love the aspects of it that I am involved in. So, yeah, and that does come from celebration. It comes from gratitude. It comes from being grateful for what I have. And so some days, especially when you start out with kind of a tough day, a great way to start is like, okay, you wake up, you look around, you're bleary eyed, and you're like, wow, this is going to be a day. So that's when you find that one thing, that first thing. What have I got to be grateful for? He said, one example is I have a bed to sleep in. You start with that. And then you gradually find more and more and more things to be grateful for. And you kind of look around and you go, my life really isn't that bad. In fact, it's pretty good. And see where that takes you. So celebrate life. Rejoice ye in the day and leap for joy. Luke 6:23. I admit I'm curious. I kind of want to go grab my Bible, look that up and go, what was he talking about? It's always fun when you take Bible quotes out of context, and people have done terrible things with Bible quotes out of context. So go look it up. It's Luke 6:23. Read a few lines before, read a few lines after, which is what Reverend Norm suggests. See what he's talking about. And then from the Science of Mind text, page 496, we are to rejoice evermore. Ernest honestly believed that we are here to be happy, that God, Spirit, the patterning intelligence, whatever you want to call it, wants us to be happy. We have to participate in that, though. We do have to participate in that. Okay, so would you ever imagine losing a job could be a cause for celebration? Someone called me last week all upset. I lost my job. He said, congratulations. Let's celebrate. What? Are you sure you heard me? I just said I lost my job. All right. Congratulations, I repeated. You never liked that job anyway. That's the power of people who know you. That is the power of people who know you, who can point out to you when you are upset about something. The other side of the coin, maybe, I guess is what I would say. It's like, well, you never liked that job anyway. Now you have the time to look for what you really want to do. And then he engages what we would call visualizing. And now you have a great opportunity to find the work you really like to do, advertising. So he knew what the guy wanted to do. He still wasn't too thrilled with my response, but he agreed that every day he would picture himself doing just what he wanted to do. Visualization. So he's visualizing what it was that he wanted to do, which is a great way. If you don't know what you want to do, then try a few things out in your mind. Visualize what it's like to do it. And then use the power of Google. Go Google. What do you think you'd like this? And then visualize it. And then once you start visualizing it, then you can start reading about it. Yesterday, he called ecstatically reported that a friend of his who has a very successful advertising agency had asked him to join the agency at a higher salary than he was making at his former job. You were right, he said. I really needed to celebrate losing my job. By celebrating getting out of a situation that he wasn't happy in, it allowed him the space to visualize what he really wanted to do, where he really would be happy. Now, I am not advocating losing your job to find a new one. You can start right now if you want a new job by visualizing what you want to do. Because I gave you the example where I was unhappy in my job, but I didn't have to lose my job to get happy again. I changed my attitude. The people around me shifted. Suddenly, I was happy. So, you don't have to lose the job to change the job. But it's about celebrating. It's about celebrating. And it is about an attitude shift. It really is. Today, oh wait, nope, sorry, wrong paragraph. Indeed, we all need to celebrate. How many things happen to us each day that we just let slip by without our joyously acknowledging them. Which is why I started off by, I'm happy that these two little old kitties are getting along and, sharing space together. Although one of them is just ready for me to get out of his spot because I'm sitting in his spot. So I need to finish up and get out of his spot. How many events occur each day without our recognizing that God is at work here? We can celebrate the fact that we are working or that we are not working, that we have someone to love or that someone loves us, or that we have a bed to sleep in at night. Find something. The first one is the hardest. After that, it gets easier and easier and easier to find things to celebrate. We can celebrate our opportunities to change and to grow, and best of all, we can celebrate our right to choose. Sometimes the only choice we have is how we feel about a situation, but we are always at choice, and that is a cornerstone of Science of Mind treatment. Science of Mind teaching. Congratulations to us. All right. Today, I celebrate life. I celebrate God. I celebrate myself. I know that divine intelligence rules my life. No matter what happens, I celebrate because I know God means it for my good. Now, do not use this as a spiritual bypass for bad things that happen or for bad choices. When we make bad choices and bad things happen, that's not God. That's us exercising our free will. Or that could be somebody else making a bad choice that has impacted us. Okay? Don't blame that on God. Don't use that as a spiritual bypass. And don't use that to blame God for your misery. We are in relation with other people. Bad things happen when we are in relationship with other people occasionally. We need to be aware of that. So bear in mind, spiritual bypass.
Surprise.
So I celebrate because I know God means it for my good. There are people who will say, well, one of the ones that I hate is God won't give you more than you can handle. I don't like that. Okay. It's not about God not giving you more than you can handle. It's knowing that whatever situation you are in, you're not alone. Okay. So, thank you, God, for so many opportunities to celebrate. And I'm going to have to go figure out what that is. Yay. I should have turned my notifications off. Let's go find out who RJ is. Because you already know what the mission for today is. Okay, RJ is Rainbow Johnson. I think I've met Rainbow Johnson. I'm pretty sure I know who Rainbow Johnson is. Interesting. Okay. Because this book is from 1990. All right, I need to get off. But the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to celebrate life. It is to find something to be grateful for. Find one thing to be grateful for. Once you find one thing to be grateful for, I have a sneaking suspicion you'll find a lot more. But that is the mission today. And as always, I do encourage you in the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself. Whatever that looks like. Big, small, does not matter. Point being, practice on yourself. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion because you are a beloved child of God. Always and forever. It's a state of grace. So, it's about creating that habit. It's about creating a default setting. It's about creating a first response. So no matter what happens, you can respond in a loving, kind,
Surprise.
compassionate manner. Oh my goodness. It's about, yeah. I'm sorry. My text message has gone nuts. So that's the other reason I need to get off. So I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, an amazing day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a loving day, an amazing day, a celebrating day, a grateful day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. So catch us on the social medias. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark. I am the Running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on, so feel free, because that's where I archive these. I don't want to clutter up the CLC page, YouTube, with these, because I do one every day. So they are archived on the Running Rev, and I archive them by month, and I put the book title in there, because I'm on my third book. I've been doing this for 2 years now. Whew! The first day I started this, did I know that I was going to be doing it 2 years later? No, but here I am. All right, beloveds. Know that you are loved. Know that Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. Take care of yourself, and I will see you next time.